Greeting of the day, dear students. Welcome to the fifth session. Today I will discuss about again the pricing of material issues. That the second method, that is LIFO method, or based on the stock method, which we have. So we solved these questions in the last question which we had. So in the today's session we'll discuss again the same question, but into different methods. So what will happen? What is LIFO first? Before going to discuss about LIFO, last and first out, it means that whatever material is coming at last, right? So we have to issue that first, and then in the sequence manner. So whatever materials are purchased or received latest, so we need to issue that first, and then we'll proceed accordingly, right? So in this session that today we'll discuss about the same method. So what is LIFO? LIFO, under this method, the issue are made at the price of latest as consignment. The current cost of job or work order is denominated only in the term of price of the latest consignment. So during the rising prices, that this is considered to be the most suitable method. This method helps the management to quote the competitive price on the basis of latest consignment. This method was considered by all firms in the US as a predominant one over the year of fixed price of on the commodities competitively during the post Second World War years, right? So this is what the LIFO method, which is discussing about the same method that we have. So here we'll discuss about this example, that how we are making LIFO for the same method. So for this purpose we need to solve it. So here that we have and we'll discuss it here by now, right? Discussing this example in the Excel sheet, how to apply the LIFO methods under the same situations. So in the very first one, that it says that open, this is the format, right? So in the first column we have date, right? So in the second column we have particular, and the third column we have receipt, and the receipt, three columns are there. One is for quantity, second one is for rate, third one is for total, and then we have issues, the quantity, rate, total, and then we have balance, quantity, rate, total. So here discussing that how to record this transaction in the journal, where with the help of this example, right? So it says that on January 1st opening balance we have. So we'll write down January 1st, first date, January 01, right? So we have what? Opening balance, right? So we are writing, right, opening balance or balance down, right, or balance, how much is there? So in the balance column we left with 500 units from before at the rate of 8 rupees. So we didn't purchase, right? So if you are not purchasing, we are not keeping the record here. But if you are not issuing, we are not keeping the record here. But in the balance we need to keep the same record. So how much is there? Balance 500. So what is the rate? 8. So what it will be equal to how much? 4,000, right? By 8 multiplied by 500, it will become 4,000. So this is the very first transaction that we did, and then proceeding for the second transaction that we have, right? And then like this is the first one is completed, right? So the second date, that is January 5, right? On the January 5 we have again issue, right? We have issues. So what happened in this issue? Receipt from the vendor 200. So it means we are purchasing, right? So when we are purchasing, on which date? January 05 we are purchasing, right? So where we need to keep the record? January 05, right? Where we need to purchase? So here writing SEP, right? And then here we have how much we have purchased. So it is written there, right? It is written here that we received 200 units at the rate of 8.5. So 200 units at the rate of 8.5, so it will be equal to how much? 200 multiplied by 8.5, 1700. So coming to the balance column, we need to keep the first writing the remaining balance which is left in the last period. 5 rate is 8, 4000, right? It is left with 4000, and next new balance is 200 units at the rate of 8.5, and it will become 1700, right? So this is how it left with us. Now coming back again, we have issue on the January 10, issue of material 400 units. So we are selling some of the material, which is 400 units. So how to sell it? So writing January 10, right? So here we have issue column. So under the issue column, we will write down that we need to issue 400. So now what is the LIFO and FIFO difference? LIFO, FIFO difference, that FIFO first need to sell this 500 units, and then they will sell again the second one. But in the last LIFO, last and first out, so which is purchased last? This 200. So we have to sell it this 200, and then we need to sell the above one, right? 500. So we sell 400. So 200 is from this one, and 200 is from the last one. So rate is how much? 8.5, and the rate of this is 8, right? So what happens? So you will multiply 200 with 8.5, and then this 200 with 8, 1600. So how much is left? So first, the second one is completely issued. From 500, it is left 300 units, right? By how rate is 8, so 3 into 8, 2400, right? So this is how to need to make it the report of this method. Again, and January 12th received 150 units. So on the January 12th we received, so writing here January 12th, again received, right? So how much we have received? 150 units. What is the rate here? So rate is 8.20. So writing 8.20, this is equal to 150 multiplied by 8.20, 1230. So what is the old balance left? 300 units, rate of 8, 2400 units, right? New balance which is came, that is 150, rate of 8.2, and then 1230, right? Again on January 14 we have issue of material, right? So on the January 14 we have issue of material 200. So let me issue, writing January 14 issues or issue of material, right? So how much we are issued? 200, but we last end, so in the last how much we have? 150 units. So we have to issue the first 150 units, and the remaining 50, which is 200. So 50 from 300 and 150 from this one. So the 50 unit rate is 8, which become 400, and then this become 8.2 the rate, and this will be equal to 1230. So how much material is left? From the first one we left with 250 units, that is rate 8, so it will be equal to 250 multiplied by 8, 2000. So 400 is sell it off from the first. So LIFO, last end. So last end, this is the last end which is coming to the organization at the last period of time. So we have to issue this, and then we issue the above one. So this is what we are applying the LIFO method. Again, the January 15 we have issues, right? Issue of material, so 100 units. So what writing? So here just need to write down January 15 issue of material, right? So how much we have issued? 100 units. So how much do we have? Yes, we have 200 units. So 100 units we will issue from the 250, rate is 8, that will become 800, and the left amount from 250 we left with 150 units. So rate is 8, and then the amount will be equal to how much? So if we minus in 1200, right? So this is how to get the rate. And then on January 19 again we have issue of 100 units. So what we will do, we'll go and write down issue on January 19. So here writing January 19 issue of material, so 100 units. So we have, so rate is again writing the same one, 800, and left with 50. 50 minus 100, 50 units. Rate is 8, it will become 400, right? So this is what we have here. And this method, if you are applying this method, so this is how you will get the materials here, right? And then again we'll go receive 200, receive 20 from the vendor, 300 units. So write on January 20. So here writing January 20 we receive from the vendor, right? So save, right? How much? To 50 units, right? 300 units at the rate of 9. So writing 300 units at the rate of 9, it will become equal to 2700 units. So last period balance 50 is this 18400, and new balance which came on here now 9 will become 2700, right? Again January 25 receive 400 units at the rate of 8. So we are purchasing on January which 25. So here writing January 25 we receive how much unit is there? 400 units. So we need to write down 400 units at the rate of, how much is the rate? 8. So it will be equal to 3200. So now my before balance is 551 at the rate of 8, it will be equal to 400. The old balance again 300 at the rate of 9, it will be equal to 2700. And then 400 units at the rate of 8, down 3200 units. So this is what we left with the balance which we have here, right? So we are using it here. So this is how we are having the balance from the last period, this 50 units and this 300 units, but the new balance which is coming into the pictures, that are 400 units under the rate of 8, and then we are issuing. And then the last the least, not the last, January 30 issue of material, how much? 200 units. So we issued material. So here writing on January 30 issue of material. So how much material we issued? 200 units. So we have 400 units. So we can sell it off 200 out of that. So the rate is 8. It will become how much? 1600, right? So how much is left? The last balance. So 50 is from the first one at the rate of 8, become 400, and 300 is the second one which is left at the rate of 9, becomes 2700, and 400 is out of 400 we sold 200 and left with 200 units at the rate of 8, and that will become 1600, right? So this is what the balance which is left from this period, and we have, right? In the last, again on January 30 we have issue material to 50 units, right? Again we are issuing material to 50 units. So how to make the record of that? So coming, writing here January 30 issue of material, right? So we are issuing how much? 250, but we have in the last period 200 and then 50, so we'll sell it 200 from the last one and 50 from 300. So the rate will take from 300 we sold 59, and this it will equal to 450, right? And 200 with the rate of 8, this will be equal to 1600. This will be equal to 1600. And then we left with the balance. So how much is the balance? If you are making the balance, so how much is left? See here, 50 units is completely left at the rate of 8, that will become 1400, 400, right? And then 250 we out of 300, because we sold 50 units, and then we left at 250 units with the rate of 9, that will become 250, right? So if we want to make a total, so how to make a total between these two? Find out total, right? So here 50 plus 50, 300 units, right? Rate is, both of them are there. So 2250 plus 400, 2650, the amount which is left. So here this is the opening balance which is left. Now we need to compare the same question with the last period, whether it is better or the other method that we used or no, right? So here we got the total, right? So we need to check it out whether these are the same or no. So going back to the last session, the Excel file sheet that we discussed, and we got that FIFO method. So under FIFO method, what is left? See here, 300 units left at the rate of 8, which will become 2400. But here 300 is left, the same unit, but the amount is 2650. So here we can suggest which method is better. So we can say, as compare these two methods, FIFO is better because it first come first out, so that is using, and that is better system for the organization. So we need to use the FIFO method, which compare these two methods, and then we'll discuss the other methods in the coming sessions. Thank you all for your watching. If you have any questions, you can ask the YouTube channel or WhatsApp. Thank you so much.